welcome to the show. Peace, peace, peace. I am Fontaine the Titan. And tonight, for the people who stayed up late, we go get into something fun. We go get into the top 5 reasons that trading is not gambling. All right. And so what brings me to this topic is one of my homegirls. She like, you say a risk reward manager, blah, blah, blah. Like, she was afraid of the word risk. And she like, I don't gamble. And I'm like, it's not gambling. She like, well, and so I got to give y'all the full spiel, right? On how this really breaks down, because it's a whole different mindset. It's a whole different understanding when it comes between trading and gambling. All right. So, first of all, I want to remind y'all that the Traders Blueprint Workshop is starting this Sunday, September the 7th at 1 p.m. Click the link in the description so you can register. And it's a whole bunch of free goodies for you there to download and be able to start your trading journey with. We got the Traders Blueprint lexicon up in there, and that's all of the definitions that you're going to be using. We got the pre-market checklists. We got a bunch of goodies up in there for you to go ahead and download for free. You know what I'm saying? And I, advise y'all to sign up to the class and really learn something that could change your life, really learn something that can put you in a whole different realm of financial freedom and a whole different realm of personal understanding, because in this class we do way more than just trading stocks. In this class we elevate your whole mindset. It's well worth every single moment that you spend in the class, that you are going to be taking yourself to the highest level. You know what I'm saying? And you're not going to find nothing else like this around, with somebody that's going to teach you step by step, set up your screen with you and really give you all of the tools that you need to be successful moving forward. You know what I'm saying? It's not a type of thing that you're going to learn and put to the side, and a lot of people, are afraid, what I'm saying, for reasons as I just mentioned, because they thinking that it's like gambling, and it's clearly not. It clearly is a totally different understanding from what is going on, right? And I done seen folks at the casino sweating bullets, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole different understanding when it comes to gambling. But we're going to get into this real quick, all right? Because for the most part, the real reason why most people think that trading is gambling is because they don't understand risk and risk management, And so this is the 5 brutal truths why trading is not gambling. This is the uncut version that they ain't gonna give you on CNBC or none of them other so-called stations or channels. This is the real deal right here, So if you're ready for some hard truths about the world of trading, I'm not here to sugarcoat it or sell you some get rich quick fantasy. This is about separating professional trading from the casino mentality that bankrupts amateurs every day, And so we go cut through the BS, as they say, right? We go cut through the BS, because most of the time people really take words and they lump them together to make all of them think it is one thing, just because they're have similar, like, broad ideas. But those broad ideas, when you start getting down to the nuts and bolts of it, you will see that it's totally different things, And so when it comes to the word risk, right? It's just risk management. In this trading game, there are going to be some losses. And if you understand risk management, you will be able to manage your wins over your losses. And that's not something that's necessarily done at the casino, right? And so let me let's take it to the next level here, right? Let's take it to the next level. This gambling debt can get you killed out here. You can get murked out, you know, and your trading losses, they stop where you set them. And it says a gambler's nightmare. You get maxed out credit cards, borrowing from friends, borrowing from the wrong people. Loan sharks don't give a damn about your excuses. They want their money back, or you will end up in the hospital or in the dirt, like in the movie Casino, right? Like in the movie Casino, when they was burying people in the desert. You know, Joe Pesci and them character, right? And the trader's reality, your trading losses are capped by you. You decide the risk before clicking buy. You lose what's in the trade and nothing more. No broken legs, no midnight phone calls, no hiding from collections. This is real talk. A gambler could owe like 20,000 to the wrong people and has to move city to city to stay safe. And your trader, you get you a $200 stop loss. Hey, look, your stop loss get hit, don't matter. You going to the gym, you know, and gambling, one mistake can end your life, you know, and the other is just tuition to the game, you know. So you go learn your lessons here, you know, while you're trading, of course, right? You're gonna learn your lessons, but any lesson that you learn here in trading, any lesson that you learn is a lesson to help you get better at trading. If you're gambling and you make a mistake, they coming for your head, Poe, as they say. They coming for your head. You don't want to be one of those ones. Man, like I say, I done seen people at the casino sweating bullets behind the crap table. One time I was with one of my homeboys, and we were his cousin. And his cousin, he one of them baller type of guys. He one of them type of guys that really, really be getting it, you know? And so we at the casino with him. We like, all right, whoop-de-whoop. He at the crap table going in. We at MGM. He at the crap table going in. I'm talking about hours. And you know you can't like touch him and tell him to get off the table or whatever. We like, chill, come on. You know what I'm saying? So he at one point he was up like, I want to say like maybe 10, 15 bands. I'm just sitting up there stacking. And I'm like, God damn, because I don't gamble. So it's just amazing to me. I'm like, damn, he up like a motherfucker. The next thing you know, he was down 20 bands. I'm like, damn, still in there sweating, still don't want to leave the table. And then when he gone, when he done lost all this bread, and now he like, shit, man, I gotta need to go to the crib so I can go get me some more bread so I can come back. I'm like, dog, that's crazy. You was just up 20, now you down 20, and now you're going back to the crib for some more. That's crazy. That's not a professional trader. You know what I'm saying? That's a gambler at a casino. A professional trader is, like we say, set your stop loss and you walk away. And then we have certain parameters and restrictions that you can also put on your account to lock yourself out of the account. So you can literally set yourself up to where you only taking one trade or two trades per day. Or you can set yourself up to where you only losing a certain amount per day. You know, you can set it up to where after you win a certain amount you're doing, you know, so you don't get back in there and lose what you just won. You can set a winning cap on your account. Like, it's so many beautiful things that we go show you in the Traders Workshop that's going to set you up for complete success, you know, and turn you from a person that has no clue what trading is to a person that can trade with the best of them professionally, you know. And so let's move on to the top reason number 2. All right, let's move on to the top reason number 2. Okay, as I said, gambling is an addiction. Trading is discipline. Casinos are engineered to make you lose control. They give you free drinks. They got the flashing lights. Ain't no clocks. They don't just want your money. They want your mind. And we know the all is mind, the universe is mental. And so that's why gambling addiction is classified as a mental health disorder. And trading is actually the opposite. It flips the script. If you come at it like gambling, emotional, reckless, chasing losses, you will get wrecked fast. And the only way to win is to be cold blooded. You got to plan your trade, take your profit, and walk away. And that's what we teach you. You know, that's what we go teach you. We go teach you the ability to be able to walk away from the trade, the mental understanding that it takes, you know? And as I said, we're going to have the parameters set so that you can't get out of control. And on top of that, like we say, hey, they out riding down the street. I just happen to cut on the radio. They like, hey, people losing their homes, people losing this and losing that because of gambling addiction. Call this 800 number. You know, I ain't heard about no 800 number for traders. I haven't heard about an 800 number for people who got a problem with trading. All I heard of is people winning in trading since the beginning of what they call the stock market. Before we was even allowed to be involved in it, people been winning in the stock market. Everybody that come back from Vegas come back broke. I ain't heard nobody come back from Vegas talking about I hit their ass up, I hit a lick. No, what happened in Vegas? Oh, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, huh? Yeah, because your ass is broke coming back. Yeah, you might have ate good, you might have had a good time with the shows and all of that shit, but as soon as you put your money in a slot machine, over. As soon as you put rolling dice at the crap table, it's a wrap. You know, off the tops, they know that they're going to send you home broke, and so they tell you what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. You know, and the only reason why traders don't be telling everybody everything that they got going on is because it's people that's be out there gambling that make trading look bad because people don't understand. And so, you know, when it comes to trading, if your discipline not right, yeah, you may have some rough patches, but that's the whole point of understanding the game, understanding the aspect of winning and losing in the stock market, you know? Because it's a myth that the stock market always goes up. And actually, it overall, yeah, it does. But it also goes down. And you'll be able to make money every single day, whether the market is going up or down. You know, at any time of the day. The market open 23 hours out of the day. You catch a move damn near any time of the day. But you got to know what you're looking for, you know? And that's the thing about it, which, you know, leads me to, you know, my next top reason that trading is not gambling, because it's a mental game. And 2% of gamblers continue playing after big losses and chasing their money back. 91% of successful traders stick to their risk management rules regardless of previous trade outcomes. The difference is emotional discipline and planned decision making. Okay? All right? Planned decision making. See, in the casino, you ain't got no choice but to go with the chance that they give you. And all of the games that they have at the casino are rigged in a certain favor for the casino. All right? So there's no way that you going in there and you automatically have the odds with you to win in the first place. Then on top of that, like I say, they ain't got no clocks in there. They getting you all liquored up, getting you all drunk, and they know that you're not going to have enough emotional control to walk away from that crap table. They know you're not going to have enough emotional control to walk away from that poker table. They know you're not going to have emotional control to walk away from that baccarat table, that roulette table. You know, they gonna have them slot machines in your face, and those lights is tickering and flickering in your face, and then you get that exhilaration from pulling that lever and all the dinging and do with it all around, and everybody laughing and cheering, and you see hearing all this noise and everything all around, and you ain't got no time to think in the casino. You don't got no time to know where you're at. All you know is, let me try to get this money back. And that's the mentality that you don't have as a trader. As a trader, hey, you go in and say, hey, this is where I'm getting in at. If price comes here, I'm getting out. And if price comes here, then I win. And it's just that simple. It's only going in two directions. The market going in two directions. It's either going up or down. And every once in a while, a lot of the times, it do go sideways. And you just got to wait until it make its move. And then you make your move accordingly right after the market, you know? But in gambling, not the case. Not the case. Not the case. Woo, not the case. In gambling, I remember when I first learned how to shoot dice, right? This is the reason why I don't gamble. When I was 14 years old, I learned how to shoot dice. And I'm good, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm we got beginner's luck or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? I'm snapping, bow, bow, bow. Everywhere I go, I'm hitting them, And so I learned how to shoot dice over that summer. So school started back, right? And so this beginning of the school year, you get your little ID and whatnot, And so, after school, whoa, where we at? Oh, okay, we over Timbo House. All right, bet. Keep in mind, we 14, 12, 13, 14 years old at this time. We young, but we get over there. And so, one of the OGs over there, now he grown, you know what I'm saying? That's, Timbo mama, boyfriend at the time, and he hold it down. So when they say go over to Timbo house, we usually don't never go in the house. You know what I'm saying? You know how that is. Mamas don't be lying with nobody in the house. But shit, I don't like shit. Getting y'all coming on in here and we shooting dice. So as soon as I get over there, they already in there shooting dice. So I come in there, Mr. Lucky number slapping me, bow, hitting them, bow, hitting them, bow, hitting them, give them to me. And so I basically didn't broke up the dice game in the house, right? And so now I'm happy. I'm smiling. I got my money. I'm putting it in my pocket. Man, Ivo looked at me and was like, man, I ain't letting you leave out of here with that bread. You ain't gonna let me have my backs. So at the time, I didn't understand dice etiquette. I knew how to play, but I didn't know that you were supposed to let the person get a chance to get their money back after you done tapped on them, Pause. And so he ended up pulling out the strap on me. Whoop! I'm like, oh shit, he done pulled out a pistol. And I'm sitting up there and I'm smiling and shit, laughing. I'm like, what, you gonna rob me? He like, yeah, little nigga. You don't think I pulled this gun out for nothing? Now empty your pockets. You ain't gonna let me get my money back. I'm gonna take everything you got. And I'm like, oh shit. So I look over there at Woody, I look over there at Tempo. They looking at me like, shit. They ain't know what to do. I ain't know what to do. I'm like, man, is you for real? He say, empty your pockets, man. Man, I emptied out my pockets. I gave him my money. He said, empty out the rest of your pockets. So I ended up giving him my wallet, right? And my wallet had my school ID in there. You know what I'm saying? So he going through my wallet. He got all my money. And I'm like, I'm a little kid. I'm 14 years old. I'm ready to cry, I'm like, man, can I at least have my school ID back so I could go to school? He say, nigga, you don't go to school. You been dropped out. I know that shit. You don't need no goddamn ID. I'm sitting over there. My heart just dropped like, god damn. And now I don't know what to do. I'm ready to go home, but I don't want to just leave like a hoe. But at the same time, I'm like, damn, I got to stand in front of this guy that just robbed me. I don't know what to do. And he is like, man, I'm fucking with you, little nigga. Then he gave me my shit back. He gave me all my shit back. But I'm sitting up there. I'm really shook. This is my first time in my life getting a pistol pulled on me, But he is like, hey, these the rules of the streets. These the rules of the game. You can't just be out here just shooting dice with just anybody. You go fuck around and get robbed. You go fuck around and get killed. You go fuck around and get shot. I'm sitting up there and I'm like, damn, that's my first exposure to the real consequences of what gambling in the streets was. I remember one time dudes from the hood, they robbed the after hours spot, the little gambling joint. I'm sitting up there like, damn, folks got killed. It was all on the news. Like gambling is something that's really not what trading is. Ain't nobody getting killed in trading. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. One dice game, see one of my homeboys, bow, get his drug broke over a couple $100. I see the dude get shot in the face, bow. dice game up under the street lights, cleared out the whole scene. Like, that's not the environment of trading. In trading, you just sitting at home with your laptop in peace with some cool, smooth music on, and then just enjoying making your money, walking away, and going enjoying your day. I'm telling you, this is a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into let's get into this this next thing. It said gambling is rigged against you and trading is brutally honest. Casinos have the built-in edge. That roulette wheel, that blackjack shoe, that slot machine, all of that. All of that. Right? They say the math says you lose long term. It's designed that way. You cannot ever beat the house. Trading doesn't stack the deck. It doesn't care who you are. The odds aren't fixed against you, right? If you've got an edge, whether it's technical analysis, risk management, or reading price action, the market pays you fairly. No hidden tricks and no house rate. And so an example of that is a gambler can drop $100 on the roulette table, and then the second the ball spins, the house already got the advantage, And if a trader risks $100 on the clean setup, it's a 2-to-1 reward risk ratio and a proven 60% win rate. So, in one, the math is against you, and the other, the math is in your favor, right? And now, this is very important because at the end of the day, you really don't have to take losses in trading. And in a casino, once you put your money down, you can't say, oh, okay, I only want to risk half that now. If you put $100 bet down, you can't change your mind and say, oh, no, I only want to risk half that now. When you can't say in the middle of a dice roll, no, never mind, I only want to risk half that. But in the stock market, you can, boom, put in your trade, and then you can say, all right, I want to move my stop loss up. Instead of a $500 stop loss on this trade, I want a $250 stop loss. Or instead of a $100 stop loss on this trade, I want a $50 stop loss. In the middle of the trade. And then as soon as your trade start going up, guess what you can do? You can hit break even. So if it turn around and go against your favor, guess what? You don't lose anything on that trade. Like, this is just it's a great system. It's just built into everything that we got going on here, right? And so you hit that break even button and you can walk away, or you can trail your stop loss up. And next thing you know, as soon as you win $500 in profit, you can bring it up to $200. And then as soon as you use $750, then you can bring it up to $600. Then you can trail your stop loss up. And then so the event that it turns around and it don't quite hit 1,000, when it turn around on you, you still got $750 for the day. You can't manipulate the odds in your favor like that at your casino, man. It's just not happening. You can't go in and then put $100 in on your initial bet and then get your hand and say, oh no, I meant to put 1,000 on it because now your hand is unbeatable. No, you gotta win whatever you initially bet. But nah, not in the stock market. Totally different understanding. So no, trading is not gambling. Trading is not gambling, people. Trading is one of the best things that you could ever do in your life, But let's get into this, right? Trading is simple, okay? And gambling is a goddamn circus, okay? And so, as I'm saying, here's the beauty of trading. It's binary. You either buy or you sell. You're either betting on going up or you're betting on going down. That's it. The rest is just strategy and discipline to be able to sit there and wait on your moves. But in gambling, though, it's a damn circus. You got sports books with 50 different parlay options, You know, one thing out your parlay don't hit, and then now you can't make no money. You know, you got blackjack with all the side bets, craps with lines nobody understands, and unless they live there, you got to live at the casino to damn know, or be a goddamn dealer to know what all that shit really means. And it's all designed to continue to drain your pockets faster. That's what casinos are designed for. Casinos are designed to take your money. That's what casinos are designed to do. That's what that street light on the block is designed to do. You know, all y'all fellas be out there up under the street light up in the middle of the night. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me now. Now that I know that I could wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and catch the London session, put in a goddamn trade, and go back to sleep. Go back to sleep and wake up in the morning and look up and it made $500 and it made $1,000 in the safety of my own home, sleeping peacefully in my own bed. Like, why put yourself at risk? That, like, when you want to talk about risk, you risking your life every single day when you wake up and you walk out the house. When you get ready to go drive in your car, it's more fatalities on the road. You at risk of getting hit by a drunk driver. You know, you at risk of everything. Soon as you walk out the house, the safer bet is the stock market. The safer bet is learning this shit. The safer bet is to figure this out so that you can elevate your game. All it is learning something new and applying it. You know, the same way you learn how to play the games at the casino, and they got an edge against you. You wasn't born knowing how to play roulette. You wasn't born knowing how to play blackjack, you know? And the rules in that, all right, so if it's 17, you hit. If it's 18, you don't. I mean, if it's 18, you do. If it's 2 aces, you split. If it's 2 kings, you do this. If you got 2 sevens, you don't. What? I don't get it. Even though I know it, now that I know better, I'm like, oh, I see how the casinos do. They give you all of these different choices, and ain't none of them the right one because the odds is in the favor of the casino anyway. So if you get lucky and win, if that card happens to turn in your favor, then all right, you're going to be happy that day. But more than likely, the more you play, the more those cards are not going to be in your favor. And then you, as I say, you're going to leave Vegas telling everybody what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas because you're leaving Vegas broke. And so when you understand risk management in the market, when you understand price action in the market, when you understand the indicators of how the market moves, market flow, it flows in waves, you know, and it flows in certain pattern formations that once you see it enough, then you will be able to recognize it instantly and jump in, boom, jump out, you know. Like I say, in and out just like a robbery. Like Tupac said on that one song, in and out just like a robbery. That's how I feel about it, you know. Just that quick, just that simple. It's just in and out, no hanging out all day, all night. You get in, you see what's going on, and you put in your trade. You know, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Let's keep it moving though. Let's keep it moving though, right? With knowing the difference between trading and gambling, right? Your risk control. You decide the exact amount that you're going to lose. In gambling, there often is an unlimited liability. You can't have nobody touch you while you're at the slot machine. Can't nobody pull you away. You know, you go back to that ATM machine, start withdrawing more. It's a wrap for you. You know, next is you have an edge. In trading, you have an actual statistical advantage, you know, and it shows in your win-loss rate. And you will be able to see, wow, I'm winning 70% of the time, 60% of the time, or 50% of the time, you know, with a win-loss ratio of 3-1, you know, which means that overall you're going to be winning 2 times more money than you losing, you know. And At the casino, as I said, the house just always has the advantage, you know, and you can actually get better at trading over time. There is a skill factor here. The more you look at the screens, the more that you get a more deeper understanding of the market, how it moves, the better discipline you become. It's structured, it's analytical. You know, gambling is designed for you to make emotional decisions. Gambling is designed to make you want to come back for more. Gambling is designed to have you out of your mind. But trading is designed to have you in your right mind, you know? And so the long-term outlook, you can build consistent profits in trading. And in gambling, is mathematical certainty of a loss. There's no way that you're going to keep on gambling and not eventually lose, right? The bottom line is gamblers play in the rigged system and traders participate in the market with no built-in bias against them. The house doesn't always win in trading because there is no house. There is no house in trading. You are the house. You are the everything in trading. The only thing that matters is your own mental capacity to be able to read the charts, understand the charts, be patient enough to wait on your move, and execute. In gambling, you are literally at the mercy of the roll of a dice. And because there was all of those uncertainties surrounding that roll of that dice, if it doesn't come out your way, you get angry. You want to get them back. And the probability of you being able to get that casino back is out of the question. If you win too much at the casino, they will stop you from coming to the casino. If you figure out a statistical edge for yourself as a professional gambler, because there are professional gamblers, they're banned from casinos. The casinos say you can't come here and make money no more. I ain't never heard nobody getting kicked out of the stock market if they a legitimate great trader. You know, we ain't talking about that Wolf of Wall Street shit where they had set up the scam. We ain't talking about Bezos where they set up the scam. And even though we know overall the whole world is a scam and capitalism means to take advantage of. And that's what I'm asking y'all to do. Understand what the system is in the law of mentalism and take advantage of this system that's created for you to be able to extract money out of it freely. But the casino, that's not the system. The casino is designed to take your money repeatedly over and over and over. And they got movies like 21 that show you how people then figured out how to game the casino. However, you see what the results are when they win. If you figure out how to game the casino, you're not going to be allowed back. You figure out how to trade, come back every day and make money. It welcomes you to do that, you know. And so I'm really glad that I could break these things down for you. I'm really glad that I could show y'all the advantages, right, of trading, because at the end of the day, right, gambling eats lives and trading builds them, right? The gambler's path. Gambling doesn't just take your money. It takes your health. It takes your family. It takes your peace of mind. Missed birthdays, empty bank accounts, stress that ages you. For some people, it ends with nothing but regret. But the trader's journey in trading, if it's treated as a business, it gives life back to you. You control your hours, your income, your growth. It builds discipline, confidence, and potentially what people like to call generational wealth. And traders pass down skills and accounts. Gamblers pass down debt. And so the galaxy difference, a gambler's family inherits nothing but bills. A trader's family inherits a portfolio, knowledge, and maybe even generational freedom, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. You going to the casino to try to make some money. You up under the street light all night trying to make some money. Pause as I shake them dice. You know, that's all you're doing. But why put your life at risk? Put your family at risk when you could go and trade, set up certain parameters, learn the game, and then win. Build your portfolio. That's where it starts from. Everybody that's a millionaire in trading did not come in as a millionaire. That is the point. People that's up hundreds of thousands of dollars in this stock market game, they started from the same place that you're going to start at, with zero knowledge. Nobody was born with this knowledge. This knowledge has to be acquired. And once you acquire the knowledge and put it forth into your repertoire of making you a better person, the results will come. You know? So I encourage y'all to sign up for the class. Definitely encourage y'all to sign up for the class. Indeed. You know, let's keep it going here. Let's keep it going here. Right? The hard truth about making it. Most people who attempt trading fail, not because trading itself is gambling, but because they approach it like gambling. They bring casino habits to a professional arena. The ones who succeed treat it like it is a business. Okay? And so it's your choice, you know? You could be the casino's prey or you could be the market professional, you know? And the reality is, if you recognize the fundamental differences between gambling and trading, you will know that one is designed to take your money and the other offers opportunity based on skill. You will build discipline, you know, by learning to following your rules religiously with no exceptions, no emotions, and no revenge trades. You know, that's where most people fail because they keep going back in like it's a casino. But as I say, we developed a system with trading rules and specific entry criteria, specific position and sizing, and specific risk management, you know, and you show you how to journal and document everything so that you could be a successful trader, right? And then you track your performance, you review your trades weekly, you adjust your system based on the data, not your feelings. This is not an emotional game here. You learn how to control your emotions in a whole different type of way in this trading game. And so the path of trading isn't easy, you know, but if you approach trading like a professional business and not a casino night, your future self will thank you for making this distinction now. Right? Your future self will thank you for making this distinction now. You got to be able to see your future self. The all is mind, the universe is mental. So the first thing you have to be able to do is see yourself in a successful manner. You got to be able to see yourself to a certain degree. You have to have that within so that you can be able to express it in this reality, right? You may not be what you think you want to be right now, but your future self will thank you when you sign up to the Trader's Blueprint Workshop and you learn these life-changing skills. And as I said, you're going to make money with us in the Morning Signals group. Boom, bang. Probably about $10,000, maybe even more by the end of the year for you. That's why we started off in September, so that by October we can have y'all all the way in the game. And then November and December, boom, you running it up the whole way. You know, we want to get everybody to enjoy a nice Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Get them kids whatever they want, you know? Pay down your debt, pay off your house early, do something cool with this extra money that you're getting, you know? Because it starts off slowly. You got to build it up. This ain't no get rich quick scheme. This is calculated maneuvering financially to be able to put yourself in the most elite position to be successful in this world, and also have something to pass down to your kids, knowledge that you can teach them directly, knowledge that they're not going to be able to gain in schools. The school system is not designed to teach you how to make money. It's designed to teach you how to be a worker for one of these corporations. And the sad part is that these corporations is not even hiring no more. All of their money is right back where I'm telling you to go, right there in the stock market. Learn to extract it out and enjoy a life full of bigger vacations, longer vacations, you know. Enjoy a life of being able to go to all of your kids' events. Enjoy a life of being able to, I'll be sitting up there, I'm outside with my son during the daytime. It's 10, 11, 12 in the afternoon every day. Folks looking at, wow, like he with his son every day. Yes, I am. Why not? Why not? That's how easy it is. That's how easy your life can change. You will be able to see your family more. Man, this is the most beautiful thing I ever ran across in my life. And as I said in the workshop, we're going to teach you the discipline and all of the mental skills that you need as well in order to be successful. And that is why trading is not gambling. Indeed. I want to thank everybody that stayed up and enjoyed the show tonight. Once again, sign up for the Traders Blueprint Workshop. The link is in the description. Class begins Sunday, September the 7th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We got a lot of free goodies up there in the store too, so make sure you download all of those free goodies so that you can get a head start on becoming the best you that you can be. Your future self is going to really love you for this. Your future self going to be like, hell yeah, we finally about to do something that's going to take us to the next level. I know a lot of y'all feel like y'all spinning y'all wheels out there. I know a lot of y'all feel like there is no hope. I know a lot of y'all want to quit your job or at least have a path to being able to quit your job. I know all of y'all want to have the ability to be able to go and spend a little bit more freely on the things that you love to do, and you build your portfolio up one step at a time. That's all it is. And then next thing you know, you look up and then you have a whole heap of wealth and abundance to match the inside of you that you are becoming, And that's all it is. You are becoming the wealth. You are becoming the abundance. You are becoming the peace and the love that you are on the inside of yourself that you thought that you could never express. And you're becoming that. And as you become more of that and express it, trust me, the financial ramifications will match that. Your windfall will match the energy that you resonate inside of yourself. And so everybody stay on a high level. Love, peace, joy, abundance, resonate all of those energies. I'm successful, I'm peaceful, I'm prosperous, I'm healthy. I am Fontaine the Titan. Sign up to the Traders Blueprint Workshop once again, starting this Sunday, September the 7th at 1 p.m. Click the link in the description to make sure that you reserve your spot so that you can be a part of this life-changing event. And let's everybody go ahead and have a great, peaceful, beautiful night. And I'll see y'all next time around. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.